Greetings, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video of spirituality. Now, in this video, I want to talk about how being awake, it's quite a thing to the people around you, because to them they just see you moving different. Okay, sometimes you try and engage with them more about being awake, they may see you as crazy or insane, or however they want to call it. Okay, now you remember when Morpheus, I believe you guys have watched The Matrix, right? Remember when Morpheus told Neo that the Matrix is like, you cannot tell it to somebody, but you can only experience it, right? Same thing about being awake, okay? You are gonna look at these people and realize where they are, okay? And you're gonna see how lost they are. That's even what's deep about this whole experience, okay? You're gonna see them how they are walking around like headless chickens. I don't want to use that term, but I was just trying to give you an example of how lost people will be by the time you wake up to the truth. And ladies and gentlemen, to be honest with you, when it happened to me, to some level, to some point, it was scary, because it's almost as if you are alone in this planet and the rest of the people are asleep. I mean, though they're awake and living and breathing, but you're gonna see it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you're going to see it. It's gonna be clear, right? That the people around you are pretty much asleep. And let me give you an example in numbers. Let's say you are awake, right? 98% of the people around you are gonna be asleep. 98%. Now, this is why I'm telling you. At some point, it looked scary to me, because it was almost as if I'm alone in the world full of dead people, full of living dead, right? Because they don't see what I see, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, it even gets creepier and gets intense when they don't even understand that demons are using them to come at you, okay? To them, you're just gonna be crazy, insane, you lost it, right? And if it's in a family, because sometimes you awaken to the truth and you are supposed to be the one who is to break generational curses, right? You are the generational curse breaker. And if it's in a family and you do wake up, all of a sudden you'll see your family turning against you, and all of a sudden it's almost as if that they're making you the problem. Okay, all of a sudden you are gonna be a rebellion to these people. Okay, because they now don't understand your energy, but they feel that there's something different about you, just that they don't know what it is. And one of the most deep experiences too is actually seeing these demons or these entities, these bad spirits, these negative spirits manifest in these people, right? You will see them manifest in these people. Okay, and sometimes it happens in a spit of a second. If you're not vigilant enough, you're gonna miss it. Okay, you will catch this demon looking at you through this vessel, and it'll realize that you see it, and it'll go into hiding very quick. It'll hide. It'll realize, oh, he saw me. What? He can see me, and it'll hide, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is by divine. This is God at work. This is your superpowers being unlocked. Okay. Now, one other thing is that you're gonna see how these people are going from places to places and seeking God in all the wrong places, right? They're gonna be trying to seek to God, but it's gonna be clear that they don't have the understanding of who God is, right? Now, like I said, it's gonna be like in the Matrix, okay? Because I believe we have already talked about how these entities and demons, they only need a vessel close to you, ladies and gentlemen, to get to you, right? Any vessel that's close to you, that's of low vibrational, it's a perfect vehicle for them to attack you using that vehicle, using that vessel, using that body, right? But you would understand, ladies and gentlemen, that you are never alone, and you are not alone, and you are not crazy, okay? But you are walking with Christ. You're walking with God Himself. You're walking with the energy of angels that are protecting you, messengers, guardians. Okay? You are never alone. Physically, you may look like you're alone, but you are just never alone. Okay? Now, at first, I was having a hard time not to take this personal, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Because I just didn't understand how does somebody you have done so much to and gave them your all and your unconditional love can just turn around and all of a sudden be this different, be this of a different person, okay? And then I came to the realization that it's not personal, but you're fighting a spiritual war, and the devil wants to keep you coiled up, afraid, and in a little corner, in a little box, trapped in a corner, right? He wants to corner you, and he just wants you to sit right there. Now, by the time you wake up and realize this, ladies and gentlemen, you will, uh, you will be on your steps of becoming more aware, more wiser, in steps of growth. Okay. Now, stay prayed up, stay meditated, stay guided. Peace.